Hello, Clint here, Crimson Landscape, here to talk about your barrier wall. Okay, let me adjust your mic. Okay, so what I did was I recreated your house to scale, yard to scale, driveway and street to scale, put all the property lines in. Property line is the blue lines you see, and the currently little yellow lines you see is the elevation differences. So I set the elevation here in the yard at 0, then I set the elevation here in the street right along the property line at 4 foot. So the difference in elevation between the house and the street is 4 feet. And it's a natural slope uphill at 4 foot, from 0 to 4 feet. So that's how it's set up, so you have an idea of the difference in elevation. All right. 1 second, let me change views. Okay. So what I did was I came up with a wall that I thought would look like an architectural detail of a house. I went a little bit further, than I put a pattern and a color on the wall, added a house number on the wall to make it look like it's a natural. We certainly can, I'll change the look in a minute and make it look like concrete, so you can look at what it look like with concrete. I put earth material behind it, just a natural sloping grass material behind it, as again the earth material will help give it structural rigidity if the wall is actually hit. And I'll show you the lines in just a second so you can see the distances from the property line and the street and the driveway. Okay. So essentially what I did was I measured X distance from the driveway corner here, made it symmetrical. So this is lined up parallel with your driveway, its angle. Then I turned it along the driveway, then it actually lines up with the driveway, then it lines up with the street. So everything is parallel with the surface it parallels. Meaning from here to here, start point to end point is parallel, start point to end point is parallel, and start point to end point is parallel with their respective measuring points. I made this side a little bit longer for the simple fact that obviously we're trying to get a little bit more coverage, I think, this way. Then I tapered it off at the end just so it looks a little bit more natural. We could do a hard stop. There's really no cost difference between doing a hard stop and doing, meaning it just comes straight across. All right, plants, I just did yuccas, just some simple Yopon hollies and yuccas again, just for symmetry. From a height perspective, let me move this sucker over here. So that is a 4 foot tall, so it gives you kind of an indication what 4 foot looks like. This right here gives you an indication of what 44 inches looks like. So I have everything set basically at 44 inches. That gives us some wiggle room. Anything greater than 48 inches tall does require an engineering. Anything less than that, so I'm just buying us a few inches. If you go over here, you'll notice I had to slope the wall down here to follow terrain, because if I kept the wall top level all the way across, then of course as we go slope downhill, it would be, so you can see this is 44 inches. So this right here, you can see it goes a little bit up. It gets really close to 48 inches as it slopes downhill. The 48 inches is our max height, so that's the reason the wall mostly is at 44 inches. All right, let me delete these two pieces of measuring devices. Okay, added a couple of trees in there for symmetry. I didn't add the lights in this particular video, but we'll add lights to light this up at night so people will know there's a wall. And we certainly can light the tree up as well. So maybe one light here and the number, one light right here, and one light over here. So no doubt about it, you'll be able to see there's a wall here. Alrighty, let me go to the 2D view. Okay, from a measuring perspective, let me zoom in. Okay, so this leg of the wall is 16 feet 6 inches long. We're measuring from the inside. This is 7 feet 3 inches, and this one is 10 feet 6 inches. So just do the math: 16 plus 7 plus 10 plus a few inches, and that's the total length. Measuring from the street, we're about 8 feet 5 inches from the street on this point. It matches. It's a little off, probably goes to 8.6 up as the street progresses. This corner right here from the driveway, let me see, I think we're 4 feet. Yeah, 4 feet is what I did, so 4 feet from here. I left a little small grass gap right here, so if you miss the driveway, you have a little playroom before you hit the still edge. So the wall from street to the inside of the wall is 5 foot 2 inches. The wall is 1 foot thick. Okay, I think that's all the measurements here you need to see. Pull back out. Alright, wall itself, again, 1 foot thick. We can do, you want to save a little money, we can do 8 inches thick. Then from a concrete perspective, I would do number 4 rebar. Maybe do number 5 rebar in your footings. It just depends on you. I'd probably do quite deep footings. We could do 36-inch footings if you want. It just takes a significant amount of time to dig them. The footings is what's going to make the difference on the wall anyway, to prevent the wall from kicking if it's impacted. Then I'd probably go with a heavier PSI, like 4,000 PSI concrete over our traditional 3,500 PSI concrete. Oh, let me show you what it looks like just regular concrete color, then I'll send this video over to you. Pricing, I'm always terrible at guessing. I'd have to do the math. Alright, so there's just a plain old wall. Then if you wanted this to be mulch, let me show you what it looks like mulch. The only reason I did rock was just aesthetics. People like rock. There you go, there's mulch. At distance. Alright, let me pause there. I'll send this video over to you, and I look forward to hearing back for you on feedback. Then if you're a first time guest checking out one of our videos, you can go to our website for more information at crimsonlandscape.com.